evening and welcome. Thank you for joining me in my very first computer live stream on the channel called Clip. I'm speaking a little bit of English tonight. It feels kind of strange, to be honest. Yes, in my time that I've been so quiet on the other YouTube channel, I have been studying everything computer related, specifically security related. And I would like to talk about that tonight. But I firstly want to say hello to the people in the side chat. It looks like it's only my political channel friends that came to watch the live stream. So I think there's more than enough reason for me to switch over to Afrikaans if I want to. Let me just take this light a bit down. There we go. Good evening, RJJ Salute, as well as Mike and Finney Simpson. I never knew that Mike and Finney Simpson were interested in computers. And then that is pretty much all. That is 3 concurrent viewers. Christo Deal is here as well. Mike says we are not Sotis. Okay, like the only people that actually pitched seems to be Afrikaans people. I'm gonna like keep streaming in English for a little while. And if I see no reason to, I can switch over to Afrikaans. That will be a lot more comfortable for me in any case. Let me see, do I have the right things here? Here's my main view. Let me like give you a zoom in. I've got 2 virtual machines on Azure. Obviously in here it's just a normal batch script that connects to the Azure virtual machine. The one is called My Virtual Machine and the other one I called Honeypot. And I will show you why I called it Honeypot. So let's open that. I hope everybody can see the text. Here at the bottom you can see I removed my IP address. I don't want you guys hacking me. Now, this is all fair enough. I've got this virtual machine, stock standard installation. I've done absolutely nothing to it. But let me show you how firstly what I did is I updated the time and date settings just to reflect South African time and not to cause confusion. And I also installed a program called Fail2Ban. But the reason I installed the program called Fail2Ban is because I punched in this command cat/var/log auth.log. Now this is going to display my IP address and I do not want you guys to see my IP address. Let's maximize this and clear the screen. Let's see, what do I have in here? I'm going to remove this auth.log and start over. Okay, so I want to cat out the contents of var log auth.log, but I do not want you guys to see my IP address. So and I already know that all the events that has the key phrase clip in them, as you can see my username on this machine is clip, will show my IP address. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grep, but I'm going to say grep and show me everything that does not include the key phrase clip. as you can see over here, there are many, many, many SSHD events specifically. Let's look at when I started the machine. Let's do cat that out again, but let's just show the head, let's say the first 50 lines. So at the times here on the side, you can see over here there was a received signal 15 for terminating. That is when I restarted the machine and the time and date updated. And over here we can see that nothing has really happened. But down here we can see I started this machine. As you can see, we must push it ahead 2 hours. So this would have been 4:30 p.m. And 20 minutes later, maybe not 20 minutes later, 29 minutes later, there was this message: invalid user OPU from this IP address. And I never tried to log on with OPU, but that is not the only one. There is many of these. Here somebody tried to log in as root, and this is shortly after I started up this virtual machine. And look at the times here, it's one after the other. It's an absolute cesspool. Okay, so I know I need all of the SSHD events to see what's happening here. Now obviously I've already grepped out every time I logged on and I logged off from the server, because I remove clip over here. Now I also want to grep out all the content that has the key phrase SSHD. And here we can see all the IP addresses. There is hundreds of them. And I asked on my server that I chill out, guys, is this normal? And everybody tells me this is normal activity. We should just be get used to it. But I guess we can do something about it. Let's see how many instances this is. Cat-n to give us a numbered list on the side. Gerrit is here as well. Feeny Simpson says the text is too small. Are you reading this or watching this on a cell phone? It might be that you are the reason why you can't see this. Okay, everybody's good. Over here we can see there's over 3,500 instances. Now obviously, let's do this again, but let's grep out the first 50 instances again. Now over here we can start making sense. Here is server listening. That is when SSH starts up. But over here we can see here are 2 entries, which was 1 event. So we can't say that there was 3,500 breaches or breach attempts on my computer, because here's an event that I'm actually lying. This one is over 3 lines. This 144 IP address, this is over 2 lines. Here's an instance where it only gives 1. So this isn't our total number of break-in attempts. And what I did then was just to get some sort of an idea of like how frequently does this occur. Scroll to the right place over here. Where was that? Oh no. Don't tell me I deleted that now. I did. I'm gonna have to go back and do this from scratch. It won't be necessary. It won't be necessary. What I did on another machine, because I installed fail2ban on a later stage. So I'm going to minimize this for now. And I'm going to go to, what did I open now? I had Honeypot open. So if I open my virtual machine, we can do the same over here. We can say cat/var/log/auth.log, and I would like to grep out everything that doesn't have the key phrase clip in it, and I would also like to grep out all the SSHD events. There we go. So there's all our SSHD events on this my virtual machine. So what I did then was I installed fail2ban. Now the configuration settings on this machine, let's do nano sudo nano etc. No, it's not etc. Yes, it's etc. etc fail2ban jail.local. Now this is how I changed fail2ban when to ban an IP. It will give you one try. This is not the default. I changed this to if a person tries to log on and they fail once, I will ban that IP, and I will ban you for 5 years just to keep the list going. If I compare it with the default settings, if you compare this with the default settings, jail. I think it's conf. These are the default settings. It will have a fine time. You will have 5 chances every 10 minutes, and then you will only be banned for 10 minutes at a time. Okay, this is, I'm back at the Honeypot machine. So what happened over here is, let me cat out var log fail2ban.log. Now over here we can see that it finds IP addresses, but it doesn't ban them. Every now and again somebody does get banned. So let's see how many people got banned with fail2ban. Cat fail2ban, and I would like to grep out the word ban. And over here things start to make sense. Now we can start getting, yes, these are all the people that got banned. But as you can see, all of these people get unbanned shortly afterwards. If I go to iptables-list the rules, we can see that there is absolutely no IPs in this list, because their IPs only appear for 10 minutes in this list. But if I go to my no tolerance machine, as I did over here, and I say sudo iptables-s, we can see a whole list of IPs, because I've been banning these IPs for 5 years now. So these IPs will actually stay in this list. If we look at the fail to ban log, we say cat /var/log/fail to ban.log. We can see there's many ban and unban commands or events. So we can pipe that into a grep command that search for the key phrase ban. Now I would like a count of how many people try to breach this machine. If we scroll up here, we can see there's restore bans is also part of this. So with that output, I pipe that into another grep command and give me everything that does not include the word unban. So now if we scroll through this, and here is many, not unban, restore ban. Does not contain the word restore. There we go. That's much better. Now we can see all of the IPs that has been banned. So all of these machines on the internet try to breach my machine at some stage. What I then went ahead and did is I wanted to select only the IPs, get all of the other information out, because I have my list now. I would like my list to be separate, only the IPs, and I would also like to sort it to see if there's any replications inside them. So what we do is we pipe that into AWK, and we open with that, and we say print $1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. I would like to filter out comment 8. Now we have the list of all the IPs that try to breach my machine. And now right at the end, I would like to do a sort command just to get everything in order. But now with the sort command, you see it's not done properly. It shows the hundreds first, and then if you scroll up, it shows the 200s. You must just tell it it should be a numerical sort. And at last, here we have the IP list of all the people that tried to breach my machine. It's crazy. It's hundreds and hundreds. How many is it? Let's grep that into a cat numerical. 884 instances. Okay, so I want to start working with this file now. Let's leave out this cat. Now let's output that to, let's call the file bad list. So now we don't have to type that out anymore. We have the list now. I can just say cat bad list over here. Now if I go through this list of IPs, now there's about 800 instances. So that means there should be, on this top level IP, there should be about 4 or 5 maybe IPs from every first byte domain. So there's like 1, 2, 3, 4 in the 222 domain. There's 30 in 221. There's about 5 in 220, about 2 in 219. That looks about right. But there was a few that caught my eye. For example, this 206 over here. Like it's every time it's 206.198. So that starts to like point towards a certain network segment. But then again, on the third byte, it starts changing up again. So it's difficult to make a call. But there was this one specific one that caught my attention. Here we go. 141.98.80. Now this must be a bad subnet. people using this specific subnet for malicious activity. Because the odds of this happening after running this fail2ban for like a week is just almost zero. Oh no. Let me switch back to Discord, back to the chat. Atomic Nyctos is here. So we have two people from the actual computer server, and the rest of the people, I can see that some of my political guys are some of the political guys are already left. Rode Treater is here as well. Thank you for joining, Atomic Nyctos, showing some support. I hope I'm not talking too much gibberish. You came in a little bit late. I ran fail2ban for about 2 weeks. No, about a week on a virtual machine. And I made the tolerance level 0. You get one retry. You present me one bad username or one bad password. I ban your IP. Now I extracted all of the IPs and I've got them in a file now. And I've noticed this bad network segment. Now, I have already displayed like a whole bunch of other IPs live on the internet. And what I'm doing now is enumeration, right? Don't you think so? So, what I decided to do, I asked in the chat, in the Discord, is it legal? Oh no, this is the wrong one. Hi. Is it legal to hack someone back? Now, it's not legal to hack someone back, but I thought that what if my intention is never to hack them, because I'm only interested in this specific subnet, this 141 subnet. Here we go. Actually, we can take this file, we can cat this bad list, and we can grep out everything that starts with 141 dot. I must put in the grep command. So there's the PCs. How many instances is this? CNT dash numeric. Cat numerical. So there's 10 bad IPs. These IPs try to hack me. Now I was wondering, is there more of these machines on that particular subnet? So what I thought then was, maybe I should do a SYN scan on this whole subnet, just to see how many computers are up. Because like maybe there's a 141.98.80.50. It just hasn't tried to hack me yet. So what I did was, let me just make sure about my commands. Okay, over here, I've got this bad list now. Now I output this to, I'm going to call this bad net, because it is the bad net subnet, the 141.98.80 subnet. So what I did then was I said nmap, and I said do a SYN scan on the 141.98.80.0 -24 subnet. Now if we look at these IPs, this might even be a -25 subnet, because everything is inside that range of 0 to 127. But just for the sake of, maybe there's other computers, maybe there are more computers, there was not any attacks from the higher level of the subnet. Just to make sure, I did a small SYN scan on that. I think I might as well do it again. Let's output that to hosts up. Let's say hosts.up. This should only take a few seconds. There we go. Now if we look in our hosts.up file, we can see there are many computers active on this subnet. It's not all of them, but quite a few more. Now we need to grep out this information again. Now we get an IP address every time the word, let's say, report shows up. Yes, so let's do that command again and grep out the word, is that lowercase, report. And there we have all of the active hosts on this specific subnet. So now let's grep out, or AWK out, the specific IPs. So now I have to pipe this into an AWK command. And we say print, and I would like to print column 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's close that up and hit enter. There we have all the IPs separate. Now I output that to badnet, let's say .full, because this was the whole scan. Okay, cat badnet.full. There's all the IPs. Now what I can do is I can go nmap and do a full scan on 141.98.80.15, for example, and compare it to the fingerprints I get from the others. But these full scans take a bit of time. What I did was I did this beforehand, and I can just show you the results, that you don't have to sit here with me. Okay, I saved this file under badnet cat badnet.iplist.version scan. So I did a version scan of all the active hosts. How did I do that version scan? I did an nmap dash version scan, and I said I wanted to include a list, and I included that file I generated earlier, so it doesn't waste time with inactive hosts, for example. So let's cat out badnet.iplist.version. So now we need to compare the machines that try to hack me, their fingerprints with each other. Now let me just see, which file was it? Who tried to scan me? Here's a full IP list. I must get that file again. ls lists where did I save it? Not in host app. It was badnet.full. No, badnet. There we go. I know 29, 69, 70, those are the machines that try to attack me. Now let's scroll up to 29. Ooh. Plenty of info here. Let's go to 29. Here we go, 29. Now, here's the whole scan, the full version scan of the machine. Something to take note of, this port 8080. What I found is that the machines that tried to attack me, the ones that got banned by fail to ban, all of them had exactly the same fingerprint. We know 69, 70 and 71. Let's compare that to those. Where's 69, 68, 69? You can see exactly the same fingerprint with this port 8080 is open. This is supposed to be a gateway on IP address number 70. That is also port 8080. Now if we go through this entire list and see how many computers has that port 8080 open. Now I'm going to grep for port 8080. No. I did something wrong here. Okay, what was this file I looked at? The version scan, there we go. This is the full scan of all those computers and I'm looking for ports 8080. Was this the right one? It's 8088, I'm sorry, 8088. There's the list of all the computers. We can't see the IP addresses here. What we can do is we can say with this grep command, show me everything before, and let's say lines, let's make it, I think 10 lines will show the IP. There we go. So now we can see this 8088. And there's all my IPs plus a few more. I'm not sure how many instances this was, but these are all the computers that scanned me. Plus I also discovered the other hosts on the network with exactly the same fingerprint. And this is pretty much how far I've come up until now. Now, if I want to go further with this, you know, I should start like looking for places to attack. I did pop in this OpenSSH 7.4p1 into Google with the key phrase exploit next to it, and stuff do pop out. But I think this is about at the level I feel I will be willing to stand in front of a court and tell a jury my intention was never to do these systems any harm. It was for research. What do you guys think? Ta-da! But Recon comes under the wing of threat intel, especially since they've been coming after your network. Okay, no, like I'm really enjoying this now. I don't even mind all that much if they notice I'm doing recon on them, because the computer means nothing to me. It's literally, I called it honeypot. It just sits there and waits to be attacked. So if they break into the machine, it's not a problem. The worst thing that can happen is that they look through the logs and they find my actual home IP, which reminds me I should get myself a VPN sometime. What do you guys think I should do next with this bad net subnet? Or should I like change the idea? Should I change direction? Because the guys on the server tell me, "Oh, but this is normal, just get used to it, you know." But like, it's only normal because we say it's normal. Now, if you go look into this, this show isn't finished. On that specific subnet, all of those nodes had the exact same fingerprint. Not like some of the other nodes on that subnet had different fingerprints, but they were also like suspect, you know. But what I did next, ooh, okay, let me. Now I must think. Bad list, was that the one? Cat bad list. This is the list of all the IPs. So what I did next was I wanted to take like 20 random, oh no. I wanted to take 20 random IP addresses from this list and see if they have the same fingerprint as those gateways that I did a full scan on. And I did a full scan on those 20 IPs. What I did was, cat bad list, and I ran that into, we have a shuffle command. Shuff. And there it shuffles up all these IP addresses so we know it's random. And I popped that into a head command and I said I want only 20 IPs please. So every time I run this command, it's going to give me 20 random IPs of people that try to break into my machine. Well, at least a gateway used for breaking into my machine. And I do have the results of that. I must just make sure about those file names. And what do you think? Do you guys think they were also gateways, or were these personal people? Like, what do you guys think happened over here? Let me get to my notes. I do have the file name stored here somewhere. Okay, after I generated that list, it was again a case of, I said nmap, do a version scan and use a list of this file I just created over here. And then I version scanned those 20 addresses and I piped it out to cat 20 random IP list dot version scan. There we go. And this is the result I got. Let me just pipe it into the less utility. So here we can see, here we have port 8087 open, and like Google tells me that is also a common port for gateway. So over here we probably also have a gateway. It's page down. See, here it becomes a little bit, I'm not sure, port 8000, can that be a gateway? But these machines, it's not, the fingerprints aren't very similar, because port 8088 hardly ever features over here. Now this is from the random IP list all across the internet, you know, not from that specific bad network segment. Over here we have a MySQL port open, and that's it. You see, this 8088 never features in this list. So there is something definitely unique about that one specific subnet I identified. Here we go. Here's the first machine that has 8088 open. But it has a whole range of other services running. This machine has like a big attack surface. I wouldn't mind, you know, like having a better peek into this machine. What machine is this? Ah, no, I can just find new machines. There are so many. There are so many. So that specific subnet did not look the same as when I version scanned like random IPs. So would anybody like to explain that, or would you guys like me to delve a little bit deeper and do it myself? How long have I been busy? A live stream should apparently never be longer than an hour. It's about 45 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna smoke a cigarette. And if you would like to discuss what happened here tonight, I will be on the Discord. Avoid doing it yourself is my personal opinion. Avoid doing what myself? What do you mean? Don't do it. Why shouldn't I do it? Walk away. Why should I walk away? Is there anyone from my... It looks like RJJ is still here. There's 5 concurrent viewers. Okay, the one is Atomic Nictos, Rode Treater, and RJJ. Are you guys interested in this type of thing? Did you guys at least know what I did, or have some sort of an idea? Because I am part of a community, and if you guys also want to participate and learn what I have learned in this community, I can send you a link to join it. And I can teach you the basics. If you guys want to. Scanning with no VPN. Oh yes, I'm definitely. Like I already went too far with this. I should have had the VPN before I started with this. No idea, just interested. Now, Rode Treater, if you have the time and you would like to learn stuff like this, I can hook you up. I can hook you up. Is there anything in these scans you guys would like me to pull up now? Something that you are wondering about? Definitely VPN purchase first, then random scanning across the interwebs. Oh, you guys call it the interwebs as well. Referring to the interweb in South Africa is seen as Zeph. Do you know what Zeph is? Atomic Nictos. Nikos. I should start shopping for a VPN. If you're watching this after the time, like, you're more than welcome to drop a comment or whatever at the bottom. Show some love, man. And also tell me what VPN should I get. Like, obviously I would like the cheapest one, but also the safest one. I'm sure there's a few tried and trusted VPNs that the guys in the security industry uses. And I would like to use that one as well. I'm going to assume it's a slur of some kind. It's just like the antwoord. They used to refer to the interwebs I think it was some American politician that sometime afterwards talked about the interweb. That's why it's a sort of a joke now. But it's like this very, very, very regressive South African rapper that used to speak about the interweb. Does Proton have a VPN? I didn't know that. I didn't know that. What are they like price-wise? Are they expensive? Because if I have a proper VPN, like I had to go into my log files, into my settings to make sure that my IP address doesn't get shown on the screen now. But if I use a VPN, I can just, I'm gonna have a different IP tomorrow. So APN. Give me a minute. Oh, we can go into detail in the Discord server after the cigarette is finished. I hope the stream wasn't too bad. I'm waiting for my internet upgrade. I'm running on a line that has a 2 megabit upload at the moment. With this whole COVID thing, I had to go to a different service provider to get a line that, well, they are promising an 8 meg upload speed. This is still to be like seen and tested. Maybe it doesn't work. But the streams should be a much higher quality in the future. If the guys pitch, their whole crew had COVID. 70 rand a month. For sure. Take my money. Take my money. Okay guys, I think I'm going to call it right there. Now this cloud security adventure, I've got this feeling that this was only episode 1. I feel that this rabbit hole goes down deep. Very, very deep. And there might be quite a few more episodes coming. Obviously, I didn't teach Atomic Nyctos or Chris to deal anything new. But hopefully it will teach the next guy something new. But I'm gonna bugger off to the Discord server now. So, where's... Oh, my things are so demakar now. Hi! I'm going to love you and leave you. Thank you very much for joining in, tuning in. Like, subscribe, ring the bell for updates. Cheers, folks.